Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I hope this is delicious and still good. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's not the case. I actually bought this maybe a couple weeks ago. This I found at a local supermarket chain in Illinois called Jewel. And I've reviewed things from there before, sometimes things that are things and sometimes things that aren't things. But this caught my eye. It was one of those things where I was like, all right, that sounds like some stuff that not only could I review, but hopefully I'll really enjoy. However, there's a caveat. So I went over there, I got it along with a few other things. I went over there, I put it in the passenger side seat, and it ended up kind of getting, moved around with some of the other stuff in the seat, and I kind of forgot about it for a couple days in the truck, and it's been a little warm. So, I took it when I realized I put it in the fridge, So we're going to see if it's okay. Well, what is it, folks? What are we doing here? If it's not okay, then you won't even see this review. It's boom! It's so shiny and neat. This is from O's Bubble. This is Jelly Poppin' Boba, Lychee Oolong, and Aloe Vera. Ooh, yeah, okay. Lychee Oolong tea, Jelly Poppin' Boba, plus Aloe Vera. Poppin' in your mouth. And I've reviewed, it's from Taiwan. I've reviewed some, Boba Teas and stuff like that, things with boba in it. So, let's shake it up real quick. And then let's get a thing for the thing. I'll kind of do like this. We'll do a little something. Ha 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 ha. And yeah, hopefully it being in my car while it was hot for a couple days won't have hurt it too much. I can't imagine it would. It's oolong tea, But you never know. It smells okay, I guess, but I don't know what it's supposed to smell like, so. It doesn't smell like stank rot, so we're going to count that as an immediate win. Oh yeah, that's got to be fine. Because that's super tasty. I like that a whole bunch. It's different than what I was expecting. In my head, because I've sort of become trained to think of, when I think of boba, I think of milk tea. But obviously that's not the case here. I think if it had been milk tea, it would have been properly screwed. But, no, that's heavenly. That's really tasty. Sorry, I'm just trying to get some of the... I don't think it's dust, I think it's just condensation, but it was enough that it was, alerting me, and it was like, I don't know. Okay. Got some of the aloe vera. A little, if you've never had aloe vera in a drink, they're weird. I still remember the first time I ever had some. This was years and years ago. And I bought a drink with some aloe vera. They're like little gelatinous, cube chunks of, I guess, aloe vera. And typically when I think aloe vera, I think of, sort of in the quasi-healing aspect. It's soothing properties. But I drank that stuff, man. I was like, nope, no thank you. But in this instance, it's actually quite nice. As you break into it, there is a slight, almost medical kind of taste to it, but in almost it almost tastes kind of like what Vicks Vapor Rub smells like a little bit, but on a very minor scale, so that it's not terrible. Yeah, it's one of those things, because it's like a floral kind of taste, right? But you could not be into that real easily. I'm okay with it, especially because the oolong tea itself, like the lychee, I think works really well. And I've had lychee flavored stuff too. There's kind of an earthiness, but also sort of a fruitiness behind it too. Like the tea aspect of it is on point. I really, really like the tea aspect of this. Because I don't know that I've ever had just straight like lychee tea. You know, I've had lychee flavored things, but I like what they did with it. It's very nice. And then got some boba. And yes, they popped. In fact, as soon as they hit my tongue, like very little pressure was required. They just instantly gave up the goat. And if you've never had boba, like it's like these little sort of tapioca balls, you know, and they can be different flavors and stuff like that. Some of them are a little chewier. Some of them do have that popping aspect to them. And, they just kind of give you a little texture, but then they also kind of give you a nice little extra sweetness burst. There's a lot going on in this, and I'm actually here for all of it. Even the aloe vera. It's weird, but somehow the combination of the lychee, the subtlety of the aloe vera, because like even when you do bite into it, like if they'd gone too heavy with it, I wouldn't be into it. But it almost reminds me a bit of like a minty kind of response, you know? So I can kind of go with it a little bit. And then just, occasionally you get a boba at the bottom. And again, you get a nice little burst of sweetness from it. It's a lot of things going on, a lot of flavor, and it's just I really like it. It could have very easily just been confused and awful, but like, no, I think I really dig this. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is super good. But two questions have to be asked: would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, and kinda. For me, I am super down with this. This is something that, now that I know that this exists and where to get it, I am probably, maybe not every single time that I go through Jewel, but at the very least, on a semi-regular basis, I will pick up one of these because I am super down with this. It's weird, and it has familiar flavors to me, but used in different ways. But then it just has a really nice overall experience to it. Again, it almost shouldn't work because of all the elements doing different things. Excuse me. I just got through reviewing some very, very spicy chicharrones, pork rinds, and kind of came back up a little bit, and it was like, ha ha ha, I'm back. And I was like, no, you're not. The power of lychee tea. But no, I really like that. I like that it's a very nice, easy beverage to go with in terms of like the way that it drinks, but then it does have these interesting elements with the aloe vera, with the boba. Again, it should be a mess, but it's not. And I really like how unique it is, and I like the different things that are going on in it. And it's just, I really think that's good. That's something that hits on a lot of things for me. It has a lot of different, it has a certain amount of level complexity to it, but at the same time, it's just delivering a nice flavors, and it's just, I think that's really good. That is very, very tasty. If I'm recommending it, though, not to everybody. This is definitely one of those things where I think this helps to have a little bit of an adventurous spirit. I would say if you've had experience with aloe vera and or bubble tea stuff, that would help because it gives you a ground base to work off of. This is one of those things where I couldn't recommend it casually because I could see a lot of people not being into everything that it's doing because there's a lot. If it were just the tea itself, I could say, yeah, just, go for it. But with all the other stuff, yeah, you might not be into this one. But at the same time, I kind of want to recommend it because it's really good. It's just I know that it's going to be one of those things that not everybody's going to be down for. So, again, I think if you have a little bit of that adventurous spirit about you when it comes to food and stuff like that, I say if you run into it, pick some up. Give it a shot. You know, worst case scenario, you're out a couple bucks or whatever. Best case scenario, you found a drink that you really like and that offers something that I personally have never had that combination with. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. Go over there with yourselves a truly aloe vera-tastic rest of your life. Sure, why the fuck not? Aloe vera is good for things. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, have you ever had any drinks with aloe vera in it? If you have, let me know. I would love, please, feel free to comment your experiences with it. Because like I said, I've had minimal experiences with it. That first one really took me out of it. And then over the years, on occasion, I've dabbled to various levels of effectiveness. This is definitely the most effective I personally had. But I would be really interested to see kind of, you know, is it something that you're into? Is it something you're not? Does the idea disgust you? Anyway, bye.